Quincy.
He's definitely a little annoyed about these frequent bath times. He's kind of over it. But you got some funkalicious feet going on here. You do, you got some funkalicious feet.
So,
We gotta defunk the feet.
so why is Quincy getting a bath right now?
So he, a while back, had something called scaly leg mites, which is just like bird mites that they get, but it gets like under their scales and makes their scales kind of get crusty and like raise up a little bit. So we treated him for that, and then his feet just kind of like never fully like went back to normal looking. So we don't know if it's you know, and his feet has been looking a little funky again. So it's hard to tell if it's a new scaly leg mite issue or if it's just kind of left over and just kind of got dirty under there. Because the vet came over and looked and was like, oh, it looks like he's got some scaly leg mite. So we're treating him for that just in case that he's having like a recurrence of that. And then we're trying to soak off like some of the old scales just to see if, because they can, you know, replenish and have new ones underneath. So we're trying to see if maybe some of the old dirty ones just kind of soak off and see what his feet really look like. And then he also had bumblefoot at one point in the past, and he's got like a little bit of scarring from that. That's what I mean by his feet are like so funky. So it doesn't seem like he's got bumblefoot again, but it looks like there's almost like this like dark like scab like in the skin kind of like left over where he had it. So we're just kind of soaking to, it helps remove any of the old stuff. It helps loosen things up so we can kind of see like, you know, where everything's at, if the scabs come off. Yeah, so. And then after that we get to lube them up with some jelly just in case there are leg mites from Vaseline, which will get rid of the mites, so.
Fun. What do you think of having a bath, Quincy?
He's not that into it.
You're not into
He
it?
was like pretty good like the first and second time, and then today I could tell he was just like, no.
Yeah, he's
and also gives me a
been
chance
there,
to,
done
like,
that.
Yeah, to like clean in between his little folds, which he's not a huge fan of. But
So this is Quincy's sixth Thanksgiving that he has escaped since he escaped from a factory farm where turkeys are abused horrifically. And so he gets to live out his happily ever after here with us. And don't believe it if he tells you he doesn't love hugs, because he does. Don't let mom pick at your neck, Quincy.
he gets dirty stuff in between his folds. He gets the buildup.
He's like, you did this 2 days ago. There's nothing there, mom.
There is. There's so many folds. It's like a never-ending like wonderland of folds to find. Pretty amazing though. Like look at his stuff.
Yes,
Right,
Quincy will never be killed. He will get to live out his happily ever after here with us. Yeah, Quincy is like one of our family members, and we are all vegan here. So, even Quincy.
I don't know actually.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
true.
sure because of the cicada thing that we had. That was pretty. But I think they're already dead, so I don't know if that counts.
Quincy would prefer if you didn't call him out for that live.
Sorry, no, it wasn't. I mean, I actually didn't even see Quincy eating them. I saw like the chickens were really into it, so it was pretty gross. I didn't see you do it, Quincy. You did it quietly and in private.
Yeah.
Rubbing his legs to kind of help see if things are.
Quincy is a very, very sweet turkey.
He's so not into this. I'm sorry, Quinn. We do have this might prick him up.
Yeah, don't get that in the towel this time. I had to like get so much.
That was from the vet.
There was so much in there, all over
That was the towel that was in the carrier where she put the scraps.
Yeah, it was.
That was not me.
A nightmare. Hey, you Alina. Thank you for the love from Sweden. And yeah, we love that we were able to rescue Quincy along with Tia.
Are you just checking it out?
Hey, Katie. How's it going?
A bunch earlier. Yeah, there we go.
I'm gonna get some treats, buddy.
So this is quite so hard.
This is Quincy.
I don't think you have to like.
I know. I don't know why. Like the.
It's so violent.
The intensity of like the treat getting. So weird. A little too specific there, bud.
Not weird. I mean, everyone has their preferences. Quincy, you don't have to.
He's like, it might be gone in a second. I need to get it all.
He's just like, so.
Hey, Abby. Happy Saturday to you, too.
Like, you could just gently, there we go. Like, yeah, there you go. So you can just pick them up. You don't have to, like, smack
Thank
the whole
you,
beak in
Gigi.
there. Oh, my goodness.
We are glad that we were able to rescue Quincy here, too. Thank you, Amar. We appreciate that.
All right, so let's save a little bit for later, okay? Let's take a little
He's
break.
like, what?
We already had some earlier.
It's like,
I know.
I don't approve of that.
I know. But see, because we didn't eat it all earlier, we got to have some now, see? Hi, honey.
What you doing, Quincy? Just checking everything out? Sorry, I'm trying to get in close on you, bud.
He just wants to hide. What did that curtain ever do to you? Huh?
You angry at the curtain, Quince? Is Mom rubbing on your legs? So he's just getting his legs soaked. He's not actually getting a bath.
Yeah.
Thank you, Evelina.
And chickens actually take dust baths, so they don't have to like get wet or soak themselves or anything. Yeah, they bathe by putting dirt on them, which actually helps get rid of any
Sorry,
mites,
Quince. I
any
was just trying to move
parasites.
this out of your way. It's kind of
Helps
not
keep them
ideal to
very
have
clean.
that sitting in that water, but you know, you do you. Well, yes, we are definitely vegan here. Camille, is it Camillus? What are you gonna do, Quince?
That's why I'm looking at my arm, like you might give me a little peck.
You've had it with these. I tell her every day, Quincy, none of these baths, none of these leg soakings.
It's not true. He's like, when are you gonna give Quincy a bath again? You should give Quincy a bath.
Hey Rose, this is Quincy, our rescued turkey. We rescued him 6 years ago. He escaped from a factory farm with 3 other turkeys, and he has been here ever since, living his happily ever after. And yes, Quincy is definitely safe here.
Not safe from bats, though.
Yeah, not safe from bats. And Scott, no, we do not ever strip down and bathe with the turkeys.
I mean, he poops in his bath too much, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just, you know, if he didn't poop in the bath, if we could have an agreement and I felt confident that that wasn't going to happen, you know, then not ruling it out, but...
Yes, tricks. Quincy here is safe. Like, he was rescued and will live out his happily ever after here for as long as he is able. Right, kiddo? I'm gonna go check on the pigs real quick. We'll be right back, Quince.
Okay. We'll be here.
Well, the pigs are in the living room here. Snuggled in for the night. They had their dinner. And now we've got, Charlotte with her head buried there. And then Millie. Thank you, Puerto Rican Vegan Love. We appreciate that. And then in the back here, we've got Pumpy, who is the mom of Charlotte. They were rescued together. And then Millie there is their adopted daughter/sister. What you doing, Charlotte? You just being grouchy? Yeah. Hey, grouchy girl. They definitely know their names. Don't you guys? Yeah, if they're outside and we call them, they definitely know we're calling them. And when they're asleep, sometimes you can say their different names and you'll see their ears actually perk up to their names. But so they are sleeping here. But yeah, they come in during the night. Depending on the season, they stay outside longer. This time of year when it gets dark early, they like to come in pretty early. Right, Pumpkin? It's pretty dark. Alexa, turn on yellow light. There you go. I'll leave it pretty dim in here, although you guys don't mind. And then outside here, let's see. Over here eating is, oh, sorry, did not mean to do that. Sorry. We got Jenna left there, the black and white booty, and then Maisie is next to her, the Jersey cow. So they're over there eating their dinner, and then around the corner there's some sheep and our little cow Annie eating together. And then Tesla, our bunny with only one ear because she had skin cancer in her ear, which is not fun. So she had to have her ear amputated. What is your grouchiness about, Charlotte? Huh? Yeah. You're just getting to sleep. In the aquarium there, sorry, I'll cover, oopsie. Let me cover your nose back up for you, Charlotte. In the aquarium here, you might be able to see, it's kind of dark, but right down here is our one-eyed toad that we rescued. So we have a one-eyed toad, a one-eared rabbit, and then 3 pigs in the living room. And there's also 2 dogs that come in here. So that is our living room right now. And Roman, no, I think you can look and see that obviously they were our beloved family. So, do they all get along? For the most part, everybody gets along. There's definitely exceptions to that at times, but they seem to all enjoy being together. The rabbit gets along with everyone. She loves hanging out with everyone and jumping on them. We are on about 2 acres, a little under that. You showing Mom your booty feathers?
He's telling me, he's giving me the what for. Does that mean how he really feels?
You done with this, Quince?
He's so over it.
Victoria, yes, the pigs are potty trained. Charlotte,
Well, they're trained, but
yeah, they just don't want to go inside. They pretty much train themselves. And she's still harassing your legs, Quincy.
well, there's some like the old ones that are like kind of just sloughing off.
So we rescued the pigs, Margie. So they were completely, unfortunately, so many pigs are given away.
Old scales that are just.
She's picking your scales, Quince.
I'm not picking them, like they're like sloughing off, which is good. That's why we.
Are you dropping them back in the bathtub?
Well, do you want me to drop them on the floor?
No, I mean, I don't know.
I just scooped it up. Like they pretty much just come out in the tub. So.
All right.
Yeah. If you want to switch places, by all means, if you think you can do a better job.
No, just asking. Just asking. Thank you, Greg, for sharing that. Yeah, we are a farm animal sanctuary, so we just rescue animals and give them their happily ever afters. Except for bath times, which are not.
They're not happily ever after.
They are not part of the happily ever after.
But we have snacks, which make it better.
So Quincy is definitely not a wild animal per se. Quincy is part of the family, but we
wild, Quinn?
We definitely do. Rose would like you to pet Quincy. But what was I gonna say? We definitely clean our bathtub after Quincy's in it.
No.
Poetic Tia. You can definitely support our sanctuary by sponsoring Quincy. If you go to lifewithpigs.com, there's ways to sponsor all the animals that live here, from the cows to the pigs to the chickens to the turkeys to the geese to the sheep. And then you can also just donate if you want at lifewithpigs.com. You can Also, we have a Christmas book that we'll be reading on Christmas Eve.
Let's move this way.
Mom's gonna scroot you down.
He does not want to be scooted. I know. Come over here so I can reach you better. I know. I know. The affront. The affront. The rudeness.
What is she doing to
The
you,
rudeness.
Quince?
I gotta see how these scales are though.
And then we also have Jenna, our black and white Holstein's cow, who has her first storybook. Hey, Connie, how's it going? We love that we were able to help Quincy. And yes, the neck jiggles are cute. And then, so we also have Jenna's book, our Christmas book, and our 2025 calendar. So loads of ways on lifewithpigs.com to support our sanctuary.
It has limited amounts, so make sure if you buy a calendar, you get it now, because once they're gone, they are gone.
Hey, Dawn. Dawn hopes that Quincy has a nice, fluffy bathrobe waiting.
He's got, well, this is pretty fluffy. This is
his towel.
This is his, yeah. I made sure I picked one of like the soft ones.
Quincy wants his bathrobe.
You want a bathrobe? All right. We'll have to see. Maybe we can put on our Amazon wish list. You can also donate through our Amazon wish list if you want to send any gifts to anybody, or just everyday supplies. That is on our website as well. I'm giving you a little foot massage.
Getting your feet massaged there, kiddo. But yeah, and we never like sell or like adopt out our animals. Once they're here for life, and they will just be family. Yes, Quincy is definitely taking in everything around them. Like, turkeys are very curious, sweet,
Aware.
very aware.
Watching.
Yeah, like one of his what would you call Tia to him? Like
one of his ladies.
One of his ladies. He has one of
He's
his
only
ladies.
got one lady right now.
Yeah, he's only got one lady right now, but
more ladies. We need more ladies. Huh?
He's like that. Tia keeps my hands full.
That's true. His feet full. His wings full.
Wings full.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know.
You were saying something about Tia, his ladies, what she is to him.
Yeah, just she's outside, waiting for him to get done with his bath to come snuggle up and sleep together. And you know, it would be quite sad. I see some people on YouTube saying stuff about being hungry and stuff. It would be sad if you look at like a live, living being and living their happy life and you think horrible things like that about them. Like, I truly feel sorry for you. I can't imagine, feeling good about myself if I see, a sweet turkey like Quincy and wish harm upon him. No, I definitely agree, Jen B. Some of these comments are sad, like in what it sort of reveals about human nature.
We're just gonna ignore those comments. You're so over this.
You getting sleepy there, Money? JC, so the reason Quincy's in the bathtub is he's getting his legs soaked to get some of his old scales off his legs. And to also get him ready, we put some Vaseline, or what is it? Is it Vaseline? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
On his legs, just to like make sure if there's any type of bugs / mites on there, it keeps him
Scaly leg mites.
healthy and safe.
He had a little episode of scaly leg mites, so we're not sure if he is having more or if just like it causes the scales to raise up. So we're not sure if they just like some of the old scales just haven't really come off yet, and he's just kind of got some funky looking feet. So
someone would like to know about his bump on his forehead.
So that is his snood. He can actually extend it out like really, really long. So he may or may not do that at some point here. But he can pull it up like really, really small. But he will extend it when he's wanting to show off. And he'll put up his feathers and he'll extend his snoot. So yeah, it's very. I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, other than
To show
looking. Yeah,
how
looking
majestic
good.
he is. And yeah, Rose, it's just water, no soap in the bath.
Yeah, it's just,
And yes, this is Quincy, the male turkey.
I know you're so ready to be done. Some of these old scales are so.
And Quincy is 6 years old. So he was born on a factory farm, and he was rescued with 3 other turkeys. And so they've been here. Well, they had all been here. Unfortunately, because turkeys are so abused, their health is not the best. You know, even
You need to warm it up a little bit.
even when they,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Hey.
Yeah, get her. Get her for
Quincy.
making you take a
He's like, I
bath.
don't want. He knows me putting more water means the bath's gonna go longer.
Quincy.
Because one time I emptied it to clean it out because he pooped in it, and then I filled it up, and he kept treating me with mess.
You just want to escape out of there, don't you, buddy?
I know, honey, but I need a toothbrush.
I'd never do this to you, Quincy. Only mom.
He lies.
Hey, Sharon. And yeah, Don, he is wonderful to cuddle. Like, if you bring him on the couch with us, he just falls asleep in your arms. Don't you, kiddo? Hi, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hi, Quince. Sharon would like you to give him a kiss for her. His head feels how I imagine brains would feel like.
I went to the dentist and they gave me a toothbrush. I don't know where it went though.
I'm sure I could find one if you want to hold this for a second.
Yeah, let me finish warming up his bath.
Don asked, is he named after anyone? So yeah, Don, he was named after John Quincy Adams, the 6th president of the United States. So I've always admired John Quincy Adams because he, you know, took a stance against a lot of the injustices, especially of his time. Like, he was one of the first sort of open sort of fighters against slavery back then, that, you know, was, especially that was president. And so, you know, I've always admired John Quincy Adams, and so that is how he got that name.
Given that Quincy escaped from
Yeah.
the factory farm.
So for everyone just joining, Quincy's getting his legs soaked, just to make sure they stay healthy and clean.
He's got some funkalicious feet. That's why.
Do you want to hold this so I can get you a toothbrush?
Turn off the water over.
Why is she harassing you?
I just wanted to get, I didn't want it to get too cold. I wanted to give him a little refresh.
Yeah, so for anyone who didn't hear, Quincy is named after John Quincy Adams.
I know, we're almost done, honey. You're so ready to be done. I know. Daddy's just gonna find a toothbrush so I can rub your feet with it. We're trying to get off some of his old gross scales. When he had a case of scaly leg mites, it just causes the scales to raise up a little bit and his feet get crusty and kind of yucky. And so we're not sure if he is having more or if it's just kind of like that his scales, he's still got some old scales on there that hopefully need to just slop off. So we are soaking them to remove any debris or any old scales that might be ready to just come off, and then we're going to lube up his legs with some Vaseline, which will get rid of any mites that might be there, and we will put him to bed for the evening. So
All right, I'm going to give you a kiss, Quince.
give him a kiss.
Hi. Can I have a kiss?
He's like, I want your kisses.
Hi. I love you, kiddo. You sweet boy. You running from me?
He goes. He just wants out of his bath.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been in here long enough.
Here is a...
This little.
You pecking the camera?
Oh, was a tiny toothbrush. All right, well, that will work.
I figured that would be easier to control.
Yeah, not bad.
It's funny how like people will see Quincy in the bath and they'll say things like, "I hope these people don't raise kids having their personal bathtub with the turkey in it." But it's like these same people will have a dead carcass on their counter
Right.
and put it in their mouth.
Right. And put it in their kids' mouths.
Yeah.
So like, we don't want to talk about stuff, Quincy, right?
I'm getting sleepy. See this brushing ya. We agree, Jeannie. As Jeannie pointed out, that we could definitely do a lot about hunger in the world if people didn't eat meat.
It's true.
And yes, Ryan, this is a turkey.
Are you a turkey? Me or?
I don't know, one of you two.
Not sure which one.
Oh.
Are you a turkey?
But yeah, and for anyone who does not know, if you've ever read the package when you're at the store at any point in time, it talks about the solution that is in the mix within the solution that's in the, like if you buy a chicken or a turkey, and they call that the fecal stew. And the reason they call it the fecal stew is because when they slaughter animals, like especially chickens and turkeys, oftentimes they miss what they're aiming for and hit their intestines, and it leaks out into the vat that they're soaked in, and they soak that up into their body. And so pretty much every bird carcass that you buy at the grocery store has been thoroughly soaked in poop and pee water. And so when I read that, even if I didn't love animals and would never want to hurt them, I was quite confident that I would never want to eat poop and pee water. So
Talk about dead bodies.
sorry, Quincy
here. It makes me so sad. Can't imagine anyone would ever want to do that to Quincy. I love him so.
Someone said a whole European country in a bathtub.
I mean,
We agree, Don. We don't understand how anyone could see him and think of wanting to harm him or wanting to eat him.
He's just my buddy. He gets mad at me for giving him too long of foot baths.
And I did just read that the, I don't know if it's like the National Health Institute, whoever does the guidelines, but they're like pushing to make it more and more plant-based. They're finally acknowledging all the studies that say it is not healthy to eat meat and that it is far more healthy to eat plants. We agree, Daniel. Humane slaughter is a contradiction. No living being that wants to live can be humanely killed. Like, it is just an impossibility. And the Vort the Goblin 1987, what did I just stumble onto? Quincy's just getting a leg soak to make sure his legs stay healthy.
He's got funkalicious legs, is how I like to describe it. Some funkalicious feet going on. So we gotta defunk his feet. Almost done, Quince. I know.
It is weird. I noticed that like Facebook and Instagram, like the comments are like really nice. Thanks, Connie.
Yeah, YouTube is a little.
And YouTube is like the Wild West, where just like a lot of like
I think that maybe other people that aren't already following us get notified of the live and can watch it.
Yeah, there's like a lot of angry, sort of like, how dare they care about animals and make me feel bad.
Yeah, I think it probably is like people that don't follow our page. I'm sorry.
But yes, this is our not so much pet as family member. He was rescued from a factory farm 6 years ago. So you want some treats, Quince? And get some more of your food.
Okay, I was gonna think about it for a minute.
Yeah. It's funny, like when people say, I love animals, but they're food. It's kind of like saying, I love my grandma, but if I snuff her out, I'll get my inheritance. You know, it's like,
Yeah. Or my dad.
if you're willing to, like, you know, make them suffer and harm them in order to, you know, create some small benefit to you.
I'm glad that you don't love me.
Yeah, I know. Please.
I don't want your love. Keep your love to yourself. I hope no one loves me like that.
Yeah, so Quincy's named after John Quincy Adams, the president who fought against slavery back in the like 1830s and 40s. Sorry, I'm gonna try to start.
Quincy might be ready to come out soon.
You about ready to get out, buddy? Ms. Adams says, "Jiggle the gobbler, please." Like, jiggle your little neck.
Just a little jiggle.
You seem very relaxed.
I don't want to be rude. But...
You seem very relaxed with your like fully, because like his neck color changes. If he's angry, it'll get more red or impassioned.
Impassioned.
Yeah. And sometimes it's blue, and then like when he's really relaxed, it's kind of this like palish.
Yeah, which is pretty close to being his news all the way up.
Yeah.
Seems pretty chill. Clean out your folds.
It's funny, like people, Zero said, bro, you think people live so long by eating plants? Come on. And yet, if we look at the past, when they only ate, you know, like cavemen, they died at like the age of 20. And
well, there's that documentary about like the Blue Zone where like they pretty much just eat plants and they're like the longest living people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is funny. It's funny that like
eating meat, heart disease, like there's the cancer,
Yeah.
heart disease, like everything that comes from eating meat.
well, it's like
and the
go to
people that eat the least meat live the longest. So.
like go to the hospital and find the protein deficiency section, and they'll laugh at you because one does not exist, because there's just not protein deficiency as a problem, no matter how many vegans there are. But yeah, there's plenty of heart attack, cancer, all those things that eating meat causes, like, are definitely the. All right, Quincy, I'm gonna come help you get out of the bath now.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us. And once again, this is Quincy, and he hopes that you choose a plant-based Thanksgiving so that the 40 million turkeys that are tortured and killed every year will have a better future ahead. Bye, everybody.